It's Kris Kaylin back with another chapter in Princess Diaries. Now, if you know me, you know I'm a Prosecco girly. And if you've seen my stories or some of my photo shoots, you've seen a bottle that may or may not be familiar to you. And I am here with 2 out of 3 members of Don Luchi. I'm super excited to be here with y'all. How are you guys?
Good. Blessed.
Yeah, I see. Literally 2 bottles in less than a year. So, First of all, I'm here with Justin and David and Andre. So he's not here, but are the 3 founders of Don Luchi. So my first question, how did y'all even link up? Do y'all childhood friends, or how did y'all come together?
I guess, just going out in the cities and just meeting each other and networking. I think the networking part.
Me and Andre cousins.
Yeah,
okay,
correct.
Yeah, well, our mom was his cousin, so we second cousins. And then I think we bumped into each other one random night. It's over 10 years ago.
Yeah, but it was at a networking event.
We can call it that. And we all been chilling ever since.
Yeah, ever since. That's
right.
So when did the conversation start to say, you know what, we gonna create a champagne? 3 black men, we gonna create. Because when you hear it, it's wild, but it's not wild in the same sense. But why? Because most people would think I'm gonna do liquor or even beer.
Yeah. Man, I think me and you talked about it first. I don't know where we was at that night, but I already did the research on it, make sure it made sense. Could we do it? And I remember I was like, hey, we need to pivot. We about to do Prosecco. And we was like, what? We ain't doing no damn. I was like, trust me. And from that point, all I needed was a yes from them.
Right.
And I know we could move forward. And once everybody agreed, it was full steam ahead.
And when you speak on a pivot, the first thing you did, you were doing beer.
Mm-hmm.
And you went from beer to bubbles. So what sparked this interest in just beverages in the spirit industry?
Before we even talked about opening a brewery during the pandemic, me, Andre, and my boy George, he's in the military, he's deployed, always talked about owning a beer 15 years ago. And we just never made a move on it. Right. So pandemic, we all got together with some other friends and we were going to open a brewery. And that didn't pan out how we wanted to. And then, we still wanted to keep the idea of having a beer alive. Mm-hmm. So we went forward with that. And then from there, nothing happened with that. Yeah. Took a year, couldn't get distribution. And then again, I was always a champagne drinker.
Right.
So they call you Champagne
Chrissy.
They was calling me Champagne Poppy before they was Champagne Poppy. I'm just letting you know. No, I was a big champagne drinker. And one day it was sort of like, damn, why we don't get into this? There ain't a lot of black ownership in this wine field.
Right.
So, why isn't there? So then it took us a while. It took us 2 years to get this whole thing up and running. But, look where we at now.
And I feel like the growth was just so quick. So at first, when I started to get a whiff of black ownership as far as the spirit industry, it was Issa Rae actually with her Prosecco that she released. And, we got it. And then it's just kind of it was good. It was cool. I love it. But then it's okay, you have Don Luchi. And I've tried everything in the grocery store from Cupcake to La Marcia to all of them. And it's just kind of it's the taste, and I'm not saying this because they sitting here, y'all know I wouldn't lie to y'all, but it's refreshing, it's fruity, and I told you before you even had the Rosé event, I was I'm not really a fan of Rosé because it always tastes bitter, y'all. I had a blast at that Rosé event. We'll just say that. Yeah. But I know at that event you did speak about just some of the challenges and just some of the side eyes you would get. So being in the wine industry, so what was just that experience like?
Oh man, like I said, being local, I think we kind of already had a rhythm as far as meeting people, networking, and trying to get the product out there. But we did have some challenges, but for the most part, I think we was able to get through a lot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of the challenges just by staying consistent.
Yeah, and y'all popping up everywhere. You in every restaurant, you in every club. Yeah. They got the Don Luchi little suitcase. The branding, everything is there and it's prominent. And sometimes when I feel people, when we're releasing locally, and speaking on black people, it's I don't feel we put 1,000% into it.
Right.
And everything y'all do, down to the branding, they had a little cotton candy machine, y'all.
Hey,
Branding
listen.
stickers, but like down to every aspect of it. And I look at novelties and I look at things like that, and I just feel like that's how you separate yourself and you separate your brand. So this is one of the few Prosecco brands with DOCG distinction. So can you explain to the viewers what that is and what it means?
And in general terms, it means the big one, not the little one.
Period.
No, you know, most brands of Prosecco you run into will have a DOC, which nothing's wrong with it. The process is not as stringent as getting a DOCG. DOCG got to be government approved. Like, you know, when the vineyard finished making it, they got to send it to the government to get tasted, tested and tasted, comes back, get approved. Then you can actually make the batch.
Wow.
It's so many levels you have to go through to get it approved. So it's like, it's really the big one, not the little one.
No,
So to keep it simple, that's same glare of grapes, but it's just the process is a little bit different. And where the grapes are grown are in a different place also.
And you traveled to Italy. Yeah. So you traveled there, you traveled to the vineyard. So like, what was that entire experience like? Just seeing your grapes, seeing your kids.
So listen, our first time, right? So I told the fellas, I'm like, you know, we already talked to the vineyard. We getting ready to get this process started. This is last March. So our party was 1 year from us going to Italy.
A lot has happened in a year.
Yeah. So I remember when I was like, yo, we got to go to Italy. And shockingly, them boys were like, okay, let's go. And I'm like, all right, let's put it together. Because we was going to go in January 1st, remember? And it was too cold. So it worked out. Because I'm really like on like a time, like I want to go this date. It didn't work. We ended up going to March. Worked out perfect. So at the same time, it's like, we don't know where we going at. Like, we just know we flying into Venice. We flew into London, then flew into Venice. And you trust in some people you might have, I only talk, you know, we FaceTime and whatnot. Yeah. And, I mean, we talked every day for almost a year and a half with the vineyard. But now we trust in them to do what they say they're going to do. So then a black car picks you up from Venice. Yeah. You drive an hour and a half out into the middle of, nowhere. Nothing but hills, and every backyard has a vineyard. And it's sort of like, oh, shit, like, we here. Yeah. And then, when we get there, they're the nicest people ever. Oh, yeah. They treat you just like family. Oh, yeah. Took us to dinner. Anything we wanted, we got. Just amazing family. Glad that we working with them. But that first trip was very much mind-blowing.
Listen, when I saw it on Instagram, I was like, ooh, this is nice. But yeah, no, just to see that and to see that you guys took the time to go. And this isn't something you were just like, all right, we're going to do this and we're going to pick it from here and do it all from America. So you actually were boots on ground out there. So, and I think it really makes you cherish your product more because you took that time to go out and do those things. All right, so this product, as you said, March made it a year. But y'all have sold out 4 times already. Like, is it more now?
Shit. We keep it on. Yeah, we keep it on deck now.
But like,
that's right.
At this time last year in March, when y'all were still doing it, did you see this in the future?
I kind of saw it. Yeah. It was
honestly, yeah.
I kind of saw it. Like I said, we putting the work forward. We putting all of the groundwork, and it was inevitable. It was gonna happen.
Right.
Yeah. How fast it happened.
Yeah.
That maybe we may have not seen that, but yeah, we knew it was gonna happen.
So this is my take. Mm-hmm. I know. I was like, but I knew we weren't gonna cut no corners. Yeah, I was like, everything from how we market, how we produce the video, we knew we was gonna do everything quality.
Right.
So we did the launch in June, which would be the 1 year anniversary, official 1 year anniversary. I remember telling them, I was like, ain't nobody even tried this yet. Yeah. We don't even know what people gonna think. Yeah. But it sold out in 3 hours. So we were like, all right, we might have something, and still ain't nobody tried it yet. So once everybody tried it, I think I had like a little relief. I was like, all right, cool, we might have something.
But that's the thing, it's just like the look, and it goes like when I tell people your marketing matters so much.
Yeah.
Your marketing matters 100%. So much. Like no one knew what it tasted like, but it looked cool. Yeah. Like the pictures look cool. The hand that you use look cool. Like it all look cool. And between that and launching it locally, people just wanted to support. Yeah, I think besides like, and it wasn't nothing you put together. You got the label rolling off as soon as you buy it. Like it was none of that. So it's like to see it was people that you want to know, that you want to support, but it was actually a quality brand, and you could be like, hey, you need to try this. I can call I think after y'all launched it, I sent a bottle up because I didn't want to put it in my carry-on. I was scared. But I sent a bottle up to New York with my friends, and it was just kind of like, okay, we popping this bottle in New York. But it's something I wanted to share with them. It's not like, oh, this little brand from Charleston. Like, no, this big things, big brand, big DOCG. But so, like, what were some of the biggest challenges that you faced importing your things over to U.S.? And then we're going to talk about tariffs after this.
Man.
I remember when, so the ports, remember they, back in October, the ports went on strike.
Yes. That was a terrible time. It was during my birthday.
My goodness. It was a time because, we was on the phone trying to figure out how is this going to affect us. And eventually, the strike, it happened, but it didn't happen.
Right. Yeah. It was over a week.
So that was a relief. But all of these things. You're getting a product from Italy,
right,
coming over here, and you never know what could happen. A storm could happen. But again, like I said, the strikes was something that no one saw coming. So we definitely that was a challenge. And
because we were running out. We was literally on a couple of cases.
That's right,
waiting on this container to come in. Sure. I would say from the beginning, one of the challenges with logistics is ain't nobody here to teach you.
Right. Yeah.
Like we literally learn how to import on wine. Like your vineyard can't teach you nothing. They're like, hey, you Mike can use them, and I'm like, what you mean, Mike? And then it was literally like just reading, researching, trying to find out who did it before you. At the time, we didn't have mentors like that, so it was, with the first shipping company, we took a shot in the dark, really.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And you sort of gotta, I think that first time I didn't write down everything that was happening. But second time, I was like, all right, we need to write down the whole process, where we getting charged at, because customs gonna hit you, not just the shipping company. There's so many small, there's a $19 fee over here, there's a filing fee here. You gotta put all that in, you gotta understand that, yeah. And that's something they don't tell you when you import. Nobody tells you that. It's something that you experience. So I could say that was like a challenge, but I think now we sort of understand what comes with every container we bring across the ocean.
And when you're building an empire brick by brick, you want to know these things. Yeah. Like people always say, like, if you own an establishment, you should know how to take out the trash versus run the door and everything else. So like, you want to know when you're building something brick by brick. So what I gotta ask. So what the tariffs and everything, are y'all prepared? Is this going to affect anything? Like, what's the thoughts on the tariffs?
Man, listen, we a solution-based group. And we'll adjust and keep moving, As of right now, there's a 90-day hold on the official tariff, but there's still a 10% hold tariff on all goods. And we just got to adjust to it and keep going.
Right.
We're not going to say we out of business.
We
refuse.
Not.
Came a little,
and we have to go to Italy ourselves.
Yeah, we talked about that.
And we have to bring it in a carry-on bag. I would love to be a part of that trip. I am here to support. All right, so the Don Luchi team is a mix of entrepreneurs, just a little bit of everything. So how do you think all of your backgrounds blended together to just create this?
We all have certain qualities that brings the whole Don Luchi team to life. You know what I mean? Like I said, with me doing the studio, like I said, just being an entrepreneur, more hands-on, more networking, more out in the field.
Right.
Just trying to get people's attention. So yeah, that's probably one of the strongest qualities I got.
Definitely people's person.
Yeah.
Definitely people's person.
Yeah, I think we all sort of, we complement each other, but then we all can still do the same things because we all, if you get all three of us together, you can have a good time. Like, you can be like, damn, it's fun chilling with them. Like, we just, you know, we charismatic. We're people, you know, we all can be people. That's how you say it? That's what it is? People's persons. And then we all can, you know, get in the field, do the dirty work, and then we all can do, like, the logistic side of it. But we all still have our strengths, like Andre, engineer. I'm more on, like, the manufacturing side of stuff, hands-on. So wherever there's lacking, one of us can pick up that slack in that area.
So this was your first year being a vendor at Charleston Wine and Food. What was that experience like?
Shit.
Wow, they said we were like the poster.
Y'all were. Listen,
Yeah.
I love that.
Shout out
I
to
love
Charleston
that for
food,
y'all.
Wine and food. Oh yeah.
That was just seeing you guys out there. The outfits. I don't know if cute is the word you want me to use. I thought they were. I don't know. Okay, handsome, whatever. Thought it was cute, but no. Just and that goes down to the branding and everything. Like everything comes together and it all makes sense. Okay, I know we talking about partying with Don Luchi, but hold on, give me 1 second. I got a couple more questions before we get into the party. All right, so Justin, all right, did you? Because I wanted to make sure you're studying to become a sommelier.
I am.
Okay, so
Who told you that?
listen, I do my research. Listen, shout out to my executive producer. Ray. We investigate over here. It's always good being nosy. But so you are studying to become a level 1 sommelier. So it was a movie on Netflix. I forgot what it was called, but it was this black guy becoming a sommelier. Loved it. So like, what's that experience like? And what made you want to do it?
So first, what made me want to do it is just being in this field. I feel like I should have some level of expertise in it. I think being a sommelier is the first step.
Right.
What's it like? It's a lot. I mean, now that we sort of immersed ourselves in this field, it gets a little easier.
Right.
You know, like when we first was tasting champagne and Prosecco and Spumante and all that kind of stuff, you didn't know what you was tasting.
Right.
You just like, okay, we thought it was good. And then Femi came along and helped us out. He was like, nah, it's bad. And we like, oh, he's like, you know, he teach you what to look for when you're drinking stuff. Now we can go somewhere and you give us a glass of something, we like, we don't want that. That's trash. Like,
no double XL over here.
I ain't say it. I didn't say it. They cutting the check. Nah, yeah, it's just, you know, it is what it's like learning something new, riding a bike all over again. Definitely gonna get it. Take some time, you know, because we running a business and trying to learn that and doing our other activities and entrepreneur ventures. It's a lot, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take that test this year.
You're gonna pass.
Oh yeah.
We have great faith in you. All right, so Don Luchi, like I said, you guys from Charleston, and then it pairs so well with local Galagichi dishes, just everything. Was that planned or is it just happened?
I think it happened, man, because Italy is sort of similar to Charleston. It's a seafood city. Venice is a seafood city. Like everything's on the water. So every time we eat over there, it's pasta and seafood. That's it. And pizza. But other than that, it was a lot of seafood, so it paired well there. It just sort of worked. Yeah.
I tell you, Don Luchi go well with some crabs.
Oh man, listen.
Great with some crabs.
Amazing.
Listen, red rice, fried fish. It goes great with anything.
Yes.
Just get it.
Yes.
Get it for every meal that you have. All right, so let's talk about flavor. So someone viewing this never tasted it before. Can you describe the flavors? First, the Prosecco, the first drop. What's the flavor? What are the notes in that? I'm trying to work on my verbiage.
Let me say this first. I hear so many different things when people try it. I mean, generally it's, you know, apple, apricot initially, but I hear walnut, I hear grapefruit, I hear all kind of fruit. I'm like, where y'all?
Okay,
y'all must have ate something. Y'all ate something before this. But we always say it's effervescent. It's fresh. There's no bite on the end. There's no headache after.
No.
It's something everybody can enjoy. But one of our biggest goals when we had it was, you know, a lot of champagnes you might drink, you might get that little bite in the back of your throat or that little hit. Ours is just smooth, super crisp. Bubbles keep going, effervescent. Yeah.
perfect way to describe it. Actually, when I was doing this, I was doing a filming for a game show, and I let the guy behind me taste it. He had his own jingle that he made for it. Great jingle. I forgot how it goes, but I'm going to add it in here so you can hear that. All right, so my last question before we jump into the party. What does luxury mean to you when it comes to wine and champagne? And how does Don Luchi redefine luxury in Black-owned spaces?
Man, listen. Luxury can be whatever you define it as, right? Luxury, you might be getting off a hard day of work and being able to run a bubble bath and pour up a glass of Don Luchi. That could be luxury. Luxury could be you taking your kids to the beach. It's all of what you define it as in your comfort space, whatever makes you feel good. It doesn't have to be a 15,000 square foot mansion with a Rolls Royce out front. It can be what you want it to be. And I think that's what the brand sort of embodies. It can be luxury at any level. So we've seen it at a cookout on a folding table with a red plastic cup to seeing it in a 5-star restaurant in downtown Charleston on white tablecloth. You know, it fits any medium. It's any level of luxury. So that's what it means for us. It's for anybody, really.
Love that. Would you like to add anything else?
I mean, he said it all. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's a luxury product. I mean, and yeah, you define it however you want to. So, yeah.
I define it as the best champagne Prosecco I ever had. It's really good, you guys. And from the champagne to the experience, anytime you go to a Don Luchi event or a pop-up, whatever it is, it's an experience. So, y'all have an event coming up very soon. June 28th. Y'all just dropped the flyer, didn't say anything. Like, can we get a little sneak peek?
You know what it is? That's our anniversary.
Oh, okay. Oh, we outside. Oh, God.
That was June the 28th was our official launch date for the Prosecco.
Last time I went to the event, I was doing it on Viv. I don't know if I'm coming to this one. I'm kidding.
This will be our biggest one.
Yeah, for sure.
If you enjoyed the Rosé one, if you enjoyed the original launch, this is we pulling out all. I mean, I was looking at renting a line today.
And I'm gonna take a picture about it.
No, like we gonna do something cool, something. You know, we want to bring a different vibe tonight, just having a party.
Right.
But again, an experience.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like let's enjoy. Let's dress up.
Yes.
Let's look good. Let's smell good. Let's eat good. Let's drink good. Let's enjoy each other's company and let's do it in Charleston.
And have a good time doing it. All that good stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. I appreciate you guys for taking the time to sit with me. I love the brand so much. I'm looking forward to the empire that you guys are building. And yeah, all that good stuff. I just can't wait to see it globally and everywhere else.
Lord.
And then this is going to be the new bottles that rappers and everybody else going to be popping. Because I feel like, Ace of Spades had their thing. And then we got the Don Julio and the Casamigos. Y'all next that.
And it tastes good.
It tastes good. You can drink it straight. You can add something to it if you want to, but like...
Don't you cut my stuff.
Somebody might want a mimosa.
Red magic.
What? Okay, just kidding.
Leave it as it is.
Okay, leave it as it. If you want a mimosa, don't. Just don't.
Oh, shit.
But first of all, where can people connect and purchase Don Luchi?
Man, so I always say the easiest place is to go to our website, officialdonluchi.com. Go to the store locator, put your address in, and it'll show you the closest store to you. Other than that, follow us on Instagram, official Don Luchi. We usually post our new locations. You can go back through our post and see where we're at. Locations change all the time. Some vendors pick up here and there, and then they don't pick up there. It's a part of the game. So if you go to the website, you can see who's staying up to date and where we're at.
So what's the next state that y'all plan to launch in?
Well,
where are y'all right now? Yeah.
We're in, here in North Carolina and Tennessee at the time, right now. But
Yeah.
Of course, we definitely want to get back to,
Georgia.
Georgia's the market that we definitely...
Well, we can't speak on past that. I can't let y'all. We can't tell y'all everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so this time next year, where do you see the brand? Will there be another launch? Will we have bigger bottles, mini bottles? More bottles?
Saints, yeah. Can't tell you everything. Y'all didn't know the Rosé was coming.
They didn't know Prosecco was coming.
Yeah.
Don Luchi.
You want to know something fun? the Rosé was ready when the Prosecco was ready.
Well, we don't know. Everything's in the store, but y'all want to drop your personal Instagrams? You might have
One Dapper Dave is mine. The number one Dapper Dave.
And then Don Luchi, DON_LUCHI.
Listen, I don't want to be like Monique and play this conversation back like 5 years later. So don't be Shannon Sharp. I know y'all gonna have like an empire in like a year or so. So don't be Shannon Sharp, okay?
Hey, OKC,
that's what I'm gonna leave you
UFC, KFC, Don Luchi and 5.
And that was this chapter for Princess Diaries. I will be back for another episode. Make sure you're connecting with me, Kris Kaylin, on Instagram and Facebook, _Kris Kaylin on TikTok and X. And make sure you are booking Link Studios if you want to come out and film your podcast, film your content, wherever it is. But make sure you stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you.